Bill.
Good morning, Your Honor. You want me to turn it up some more so you can hear? Okay. So we can start with the attorney first, if you want to, Your Honor, our retained attorney. She's first.
Oh,
on the
yes,
list.
please. Yes, please. Good morning,
Oh.
Attorney Gary, and thank you for your patience.
Good morning, Judge. For the record, I don't think the case was called. Has that?
No, one
No.
second. I'm sorry. I'm just going to open court. Good morning. The 36th District Court is now in session with the Honorable Tenisha Yancey presiding. While court is in session, there will be no talking, no sleeping, no lying down, no driving, no wearing of any head garments unless it's for religious purposes only, no chewing of any gum or reading of any material. And when a judge asks you to turn your camera on, you must be properly dressed. Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning to everyone. Attorney, is it Garian? Am I pronouncing it correctly?
That is correct, Judge. Thank you.
You are ready to proceed, is that correct?
That is correct.
Madam Clerk? Can you call that case?
Yes, ma'am. The State of Michigan versus Edison Bolshowski. I hope I'm pronouncing his name right. Case number SP 14410-921. Disregarding traffic control device.
Yes. Good morning, Judge. For the record, Marie Garian, on behalf of the defendant, I do have authority to proceed on their behalf and would plead responsible for the added count of impeding traffic.
He's going to plead to impeding, is that correct?
That is correct.
Okay, so the court will enter a responsible plea for impeding. The fee for impeding, I believe it's $175. Yep, $175. Will he be able to make that payment within the next 2 weeks?
2 weeks would be perfect, Judge. Thank you so much.
Okay, but if he doesn't pay it in 2 weeks, he needs to appear back here on Zoom at 8:30 on what date, Madam Clerk?
May 5th.
May 5th. Okay. I'll make sure.
I'm sorry. And for the record, Corporal Rule did check in for this matter.
Oh, is he here?
No, he's gone. He has to check into another courtroom.
Okay. And are there any other officers waiting?
No, ma'am.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I'm sorry, Ms. Garian, Attorney Garian, you're free to go.
Thank you so much. Have a great weekend, Judge.
You
Thank
too,
you.
thank you.
Bye-bye.
Attorney Melissa, are you ready?
I am ready. Thank you.
You're welcome. The State of Michigan versus Amber Brown, case number SP 1409481. Count 1 is license improper. Count 2, SP 1409482, no insurance misdemeanor. SP 1409461, disregarding red signal. Appearances for the record, please.
Good morning, Your Honor. For the record, Melissa Vinek, P53750, appearing on behalf of Amber Brown. Ms. Brown, will you please unmute and state your name for the record?
Amber Brown.
Thank you. Your Honor, today is the date set for both a pretrial as well as a hearing with respect to these matters. I've had the opportunity to speak to the city attorney as well as with my client, and at this time we have come to a resolution. The resolution is that my client will be tendering a plea of guilty to failure to display, that would be on file ending in 4821. In exchange for that, the files ending in 4822, as well as the file ending in 4621, as well as the original charge of the improper license on 4821 will be dismissed. My client does understand her right to have a trial, and at this time, Your Honor, she does wish to avail herself of this plea offer.
Ms. Brown, is that correct?
Yes,
You
ma'am.
understood the rights. And did anyone threaten you, force you, or promise you anything in exchange for your guilty plea today?
No.
Are you pleading guilty on your own free will?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you pleading guilty because you actually are guilty? Are you pleading guilty because you actually are guilty?
Yes, ma'am.
Please raise your right hand. Is that feedback coming from your area or mine?
Huh?
There's a little bit of feedback. Madam Clerk, what is it?
I think it's from Ms. Brown. Ms. Brown, are you outside?
No.
Is someone vacuuming in here?
I stay by the freeway.
Okay.
And
So, do you swear or affirm, leave your hand up. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you give today will be the truth and the entire truth?
yes, ma'am.
All right. You can put your hand down. Attorney Vanek, you don't have the factual information for the factual basis, do you?
No, Your Honor, I do not.
And Madam Clerk, what was the date?
The offense date was November the 25th, 2022 at 11:57 a.m.
All right. In the vehicle.
It was a 2006 Chevrolet.
I'm so sorry. I also need the area. I probably need to call you on the other one.
Northbound on Clark and Fisher Service Drive.
By the freeway.
Okay. So Miss Brown, on is it November 25th, 2022, were you actually driving that 2006?
Yes,
Right.
ma'am.
And you were in the area of Clark and Fisher in the city of Detroit?
Yeah, going right over the bridge. Yes.
And were you stopped by the Detroit Police Department?
Yes.
And when you were asked to produce a valid driver's license, were you able to do so?
No.
Satisfied, Counselor?
Satisfied, Your Honor.
Stipulates probable cause on the dismissals.
Yes, so stipulate, Your Honor.
So the court is also satisfied and will enter a guilty plea for failure to display on behalf of Ms. Brown, dismissing all other counts in this case. Ms. Brown, the failure to display fee is going to be $220. How soon
Okay.
would you need to pay that?
To be honest, can I get 4 weeks? Because next week I have to pay my rent, and then the week after I'll have a free check to be able to pay full.
So 30 days.
Please.
Madam Clerk, what is the date that is due?
May 22nd.
May
Okay.
22nd, Ms. Brown. If it's not paid by May 22nd, you do need to appear back here on this same Zoom at 8:30 a.m. on that morning.
It'll be paid.
Good. You have a good day.
Thank you.
Thank you,
luck.
Your Honor.
Thank you, Ms. Minor.
Okay, are we ready to proceed on Elliot Bradley?
We are, Your Honor.
Oh, this is the court clerk, I'm sorry. I'm calling the cases today. All right, the state of
Oh, sorry.
Michigan is, okay, versus Elliot Bradley. Ticket number SP 138475541, driving while license suspended. Appearances for the record, please.
For the record, Your Honor, Melissa Vinek, P 53750, appearing on behalf of Elliot Bradley. Mr. Bradley, will you please unmute your device and state your name for the record?
Elliot Bradley.
Thank you. Your Honor, we are here today for a show cause with respect to one matter. However, my client does have several other matters outstanding. We're asking for the warrants to be set aside and for all of the matters to be put over for a pretrial on May the 23rd at 8:30. I believe that there are quite a few matters.
Okay, so the court will set aside the warrants in this matter, enter a not guilty plea on behalf of Mr. Brown, and set these matters for pretrial on May 23rd at 8:30 a.m.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You're free to go, Mr. Brown.
All right.
Okay, are we ready to proceed on William Billingsley?
We are.
Mr. Billingsley, will you come into the camera, sir?
The state of Michigan versus William Billingsley, ticket number SP 138255551. Driving while license suspended, ticket number SP 1382552. Unregistered or untitled vehicle. Appearances for the record, please.
For the record, Your Honor, good morning. Melissa Vinek, P 53750, appearing on behalf of William Billingsley. Mr. Billingsley, will you please state your name for the record?
William Billingsley.
Thank you. Your Honor, today we are here for show cause. We're asking for the show cause to be set aside.
The warrant to be set aside?
Yes,
Okay, with the court sets aside all warrants and caveats in this matter.
thank you. On behalf of Mr. Billingsley, Your Honor, I've had the opportunity to discuss this matter both with the city attorney as well as with my client. And at this time, we have come to a resolution. And that resolution is that my client will be tendering a plea of guilty to failure to display, that is on ticket ending in 2551. The original charge of driving while license suspended will be dismissed. My client understands that that is a 0-point traffic misdemeanor that is abstractable. In addition to that, pursuant to plea negotiations, file ending in 25552 will be dismissed. My client does understand his right to have a trial in this matter, and at this time, Your Honor, he does wish to avail himself of the offer.
Okay, is that correct, Mr. Billingsley? You do understand your rights?
Absolutely.
Okay, and did anyone threaten you, force you, or promise you anything in exchange for your guilty plea today?
No.
What's funny, sir?
No, every time I hear that, it's just funny. That's all.
Say that again?
No, this is funny when I hear that. Somebody threatened me.
Oh, did anyone threaten you? Okay, well, I have to ask because there could be coercion in some cases, and some, everything isn't just a failure to display case, right? So you want to make sure that people are not being coerced into guilty pleas and spending their lives in prison. So one case, we have to be uniform across the board when we're explaining our rights. So, and you said no one threatened you, forced you, or promised you anything in exchange for your guilty plea. You're pleading guilty on your own free will?
Yes, ma'am.
And you're pleading guilty because you actually are guilty?
Yes.
Okay, will you raise your right hand? Do you swear or affirm the testimony you give today will be the truth and the entire truth?
Absolutely.
You can put your hand down, turning your attention to September 1st, 2022. Were you driving a 2005 Mercury?
Yes, I was.
Were you in the area of Woodmere and Avis in the city of Detroit?
Yes.
And did you come in contact with the Detroit Police Department on that day, sir?
I did.
And when asked to produce a valid driver's license, were you able to do so? You were able to, wait, you have to say yes or no so that we can record. When
Yes.
asked a valid driver's license, were you able to provide a valid driver's license to the Detroit Police Department?
Yes, ma'am. The car just wasn't registered. I had a license. The car just wasn't registered.
Are we doing improper plates on this one, Ms. Vinek?
Your Honor, we had the Secretary of State, we pulled that and he did not have a license.
Oh, they said I did?
Did not have a license, that's correct.
Okay. I'm sorry. Then I probably got my time frame mixed up. I know last year, towards the end of last year, I did get my license back.
Your Honor, then.
Would you like to take a plea to improper plates instead?
Please.
'Cause I think this is too murky.
Yes,
All right. So same date and time, were you driving a vehicle with unregistered, was it registered and titled at the time?
No, not to me. It was just at that time it was in my grandmother's name.
Was it registered? Not to you. Was it a valid registration on the vehicle that you were driving that day?
Oh, no.
Thank you. Satisfied, counselor?
satisfied, Your Honor.
The court is also satisfied, stipulates probable cause on dismissal.
So stipulate, Your Honor.
So the court will enter a guilty plea for improper plates for the, actually, we're going to amend the unregistered untitled vehicle to improper plates. And we're going to dismiss the driving while license suspended in this matter. Improper plates ticket is going to be $220, Mr. Billingsley. Are you able to pay that within the next 2 weeks?
No, not two. Just like the last young lady. Next month is
You need 30 days. Madam Clerk, I will write it down this time, but what is the date?
May 22nd.
May 22nd, Mr. Billingsley. You have it due by May 22nd. If it's not paid by May 22nd, You do need to appear back here on the same Zoom at 8:30 that morning.
Okay.
You have a good day, sir. You're free to go. All other matters will be dismissed. I don't know if I said that we're dismissed. Yeah, we did. I did say it on record that we're dismissing the other count. You're free to go, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Are we ready to proceed on Miss Yvette?
We are, Your Honor. We are, sorry. Yes, we are.
Can we pronounce her last name? Ma'am, can you pronounce her last name for me, please?
Bavard.
Bavard, okay. The state of Michigan versus Yvette Bavard, ticket number SP 138-49531, unregistered or untitled vehicle, ticket number SP 138-49532, no insurance misdemeanor. Appearances for the record, please.
For the record, Your Honor, good morning. Melissa Vinek, P 53750, appearing on behalf of Yvette Brevard. Ms. Brevard, will you please state your name for the record?
Yvette Bavard.
Thank you. Your Honor, today's matters are set for a show cause. We are requesting any warrants be set aside.
But it was going to start our warrant and recall any placements in this matter.
Thank you, Your Honor. At this time, I have had the opportunity to discuss this matter both with the city attorney as well as with my client, and we've come to a resolution. The resolution is that on ticket ending in 9531, the unregistered untitled will be amended to an improper plates. My client will be tendering a plea to the improper plates. The original charge of the unregistered and untitled, along with the no insurance misdemeanor, which is on file 9532, will be dismissed. My client does understand that she does have a right to have a trial in this matter. I believe that she understands all her rights, and at this time, Your Honor, she does wish to avail herself of this offer.
Okay, and so Ms. Brevard, you do in fact understand your trial rights, your constitutional rights?
Yes.
Did anyone threaten you, force you, or promise you anything in exchange for your guilty plea today?
No.
Are you pleading guilty on your own free will?
Yes.
And are you pleading guilty because you actually are guilty?
Yes.
Okay, I need you to raise your right hand and repeat after me. I swear or affirm. You can swear or affirm. You don't have to do both.
I swear.
That the testimony I give today will be the truth and the entire truth.
Truth.
Okay, say it again. That the testimony I give
The testimony I give.
will be the truth and the entire truth.
The truth and entire truth.
Okay, you can put your hand down. I'm going to turn your attention to September 1st. It's the same date. September 1st, 2022. Were you driving a 2019 Lincoln?
Yes.
Were you in the area of Van Dyke and Lambert in the city of Detroit?
Yes.
And were you stopped by the Detroit Police Department on that day, ma'am?
Yes.
Were the plates, were you able to provide a valid registration on the vehicle that you were driving on that day, ma'am?
No.
Satisfied, counselor?
Satisfied, Your Honor.
Stipulates probable cause on the dismissals.
So stipulate.
The court is also satisfied and will enter a guilty plea for improper plates on count 1. I believe that is count 1. Count 2 will be dismissed without prejudice. On the improper plates ticket, Ms. Brevard, that is going to be a $220 fee. Do you need 30 days to pay that?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Are you working currently?
Yes.
Okay, so that will be due on May 22nd, 2023. If it is not paid by May 22nd, you need to appear back here on this Zoom at 8:30 that morning. You are free to go.
All right. Thank you.
You're welcome. Have a good day, ma'am.
You as well. Thank you.